Today's Thanksgiving, and I am feeling extra thankful to be myself. What a crazy way to start a video. But in all honesty, I'm feeling really grateful to truly love myself at this point in my life. And I think it's taken me a lot of years to get here. I mean, I am 30, so it's taken about 30 years for me to get here. And instead of me doing what people want me to do, I'm doing what I want to do. So earlier today, I had dinner with my immediate family at my home, at my parents' home. And this was at about like 4 p.m. And usually we go to my aunt's house. Pretty much all of my family is at my aunt's house right now. But I'm on my period. I already ate. I don't really feel like dealing with other people right now. So I told them, like, hey, you guys go ahead of me. I have my own car and I'll get there for dessert. So I was sitting up in the kitchen and I was just writing in my journal, grounding myself and really reflecting on where I'm at right now, what I'm grateful for, and where I'm looking to go from here. And it was really nice because I think it can be so easy to get caught up in the idea that you have to always spend time with people just because it's Thanksgiving, just because that's what's expected of you, and that's your big family tradition. And it's like, okay, cool. But at the same time, I did spend time with my family, but I don't want to do things that I don't want to do. And maybe they'll hate me for that. I have a few missed calls from them. Oh my gosh, where are you? Blah, blah. And I'm just guessing that's probably what they're thinking. But I have a few missed FaceTimes, and I have a legitimate excuse because I was upstairs journaling and my phone was downstairs here. So there's no way that I would have saw their call unless I was near my phone. You know what I mean? But I decided that after I make a video, then I would go over there because, again, I care about pouring into myself first, and you should care about pouring into yourself first. I made some cookies from scratch, homemade chocolate chip cookies. I also made a pumpkin cheesecake from scratch that is for them, but I just really wanted to be in my own energy, and I don't think I should be made to feel bad about that. I don't think you should be made to feel bad about that. And when you do love yourself and you're not looking for the approval of others, you start to move in a different way than what you may have previously moved like, because I think a lot of people do things under the guise of, if I do this thing, then that person will like me. But if you're always operating from that frame of mind, you're never really considering yourself in the equation. And then I think you get to a place where you're staring at yourself in the mirror and you're like, wow, I actually hate this person. Why do you hate this person? Because you are not living your life for you. You are living your life for someone else. And it's a very crippling place to be in. Trust me, I know. And I think the hardest pill to swallow when it comes to all of that is that you can do so much for people, be there for people, put yourself out on a limb, and yet they don't return the favor. Because the reality is, if someone is getting a benefit from you because they sense that you're insecure, they're not going to change it. It's only when you start to put boundaries for yourself and you start to move differently that you're going to get a response, because they're like, oh shit, this person has boundaries? How dare they have boundaries? How dare they care about themselves? And I'm kind of noticing this in work a little bit, how at prior times, at prior work environments, I would allow people to get to me, but now I don't believe that people should have that power over me. I'm not going to give my power away to another individual by playing into stupid petty games because that person is insecure and because I'm me unapologetically and they feel threatened by that. And you shouldn't either. I think we all have to get to a place of emotional maturity where we recognize that when people have a problem with us, it's not that they have a problem with us, it's that they have a problem with themselves and they're projecting it onto us. We're exposing some sort of insecurity that they have within themselves that they hate you for, and they want to make you pay for, okay? And it's just a very interesting dynamic to navigate. And it's so funny because I think I'm at the point in my life where I just laugh it off. Yeah, maybe for a few seconds I'll be a little annoyed, but ultimately, if someone is playing petty, stupid games with you, trying to get you to blow up and be the aggressor and all that, it's a trap they're trying to set for you, but you have to Uno reverse it and get them to trap themselves by literally not engaging. Like, that is the key to life. Some things you don't need to engage in. Some things you need to just leave alone. Some people you need to just leave alone and just decide that, hey, you know what? Whatever. My ego is not the size of the fucking Burj Khalifa. I don't need to be right. I would rather keep the peace and let you have whatever moment that you're having. And I'm just gonna let this roll off my back and get back to doing what I need to do. That's all you can really do. And at prior times when I would take the bait and I would end up crashing out and doing something that could be used against me, okay? And this really isn't just for work environments. It goes for friendships. It goes for literally anything, okay? You can't give people the fodder to get a reaction out of you, because then it means you're not in control of your reactions. It means that they're in control of your reactions. They're in control of your emotions. And you never want to give any of your power away to anybody other than yourself, okay? And I think the biggest thing with that is emotional maturity, okay? You have to get to a place where you are mature in how you handle your own emotions. No one should be able to pull any strings and get you to do something, because that means they will always have power over you. And I think this is why I'm ultimately really grateful for all the experiences that I've had in my life, because I think it's only made me a stronger individual. And for that, I'm supremely grateful, because there's nothing you can really throw my way that is going to get me off balance. And that is a superpower of mine, okay? And that could be a superpower of yours, but you have to truly do the internal work and stop trying to numb yourself. Stop trying to play the victim, because that will never get you to where you truly want to go. The only way for you to get to where you want to go is for you to do the work. It's hard, it's sticky, it sucks. You're going to be alone. You might be the only person around you doing it. But the alternative is that you are controlled on a string by your emotions, because you refuse to look in the mirror and be honest with yourself about what's really going on deep down inside of you. And I don't want that for you. But do you want that for you? That's the question, okay? So I guess my major thing that I'm thankful for on this Thanksgiving is that I have decided to invest in myself and do the hard work over years. And I continue to do it every day because the work never stops. It never stops. And I can be in this space where I feel comfortable being myself, where I feel comfortable saying no, where I feel comfortable being the villain in someone's story. Because when you truly love yourself, when you are truly leveling up and demanding the best from yourself, you are going to be the villain in someone's story. And you have to be okay with that. Not everyone is going to like you, and you have to be okay with that. Who gives a fuck what someone thinks if they're not living your life? You shouldn't care. But I think society has led us to believe that we should care what other people think. And I think to a certain point, you should be kind to people, but don't be nice. Don't do things you don't want to do, because it's only going to get you to a place where you are constantly self-abandoning for people who don't care to ever change that dynamic because they're benefiting from it. I've learned it the hard way. You might have to learn it the hard way as well. But you can decide at any moment in time that you're going to start switching things up. And I guarantee you, there are going to be people who don't like it. There are going to be people who say, oh, you've changed. Yes, I have changed. Yes, I have changed. I'm not the same pushover that I once was. And maybe you don't fit in my life anymore because you only resonated with the pushover version of me. So you know what? Actually, I'm kicking you out of my life. And like I said, this goes for family members, friends, work environments. you have to be okay with being the bad guy by simply saying no and setting a boundary. And anybody who has a problem with that, it says a lot more about them and what they refuse to do when it comes to the internal work for themselves than it does about anyone else. And it's not about being a bitch. Oh my gosh, you're so mean. Like, you're so rude. Look, because I think even that is a response to you being resentful of the fact that people didn't treat you with care, but you allowed it. And it all comes back to accountability. You have to take accountability for your life, and you have to be honest with yourself about the fact that you have let shit slide. You've allowed yourself to indulge in the bad habits consistently. You've allowed yourself to be treated like shit by people because you wanted to be liked, and whatever else. And when you can look yourself in the face, in the eyes, and say that, and be okay with that, and heal from that, that's when you can truly start to build a life that you love, because you're not lying to yourself anymore. You're taking accountability for the role that you played, and you're recognizing what those people in your life were reflecting back to you at that time. And that's it. So I hope you all have a very happy Thanksgiving. If you're celebrating with family, great. I'm going to go get some dessert now, bring my desserts. And if not, just know that you have yourself, and you can only choose to give up on yourself, but you can also choose not to. So rewrite your story and do what you really want to do that you know is going to get you to where you truly want to go, because you deserve the world. But you have to believe that you deserve the world, and you have to move in the world like you know your worth, which is unfathomable. So if you like this message, my name is Sydney. Join our crew over here on this side of the internet, and I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button,